big goals are better? Do big goals scare you? Have you ever set big goals? Or have you ever considered setting such big goals that you don't even know how to achieve them? We're going to talk about on this audio so you can really learn and find out what's the difference between big goals and small goals and why setting big goals are so much better. My name is Alex Morgan. I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And success is here and you might as well be ready for it. One of the easiest ways to be ready for success is to set big, achievable goals. Now, it's important to set goals, first of all, that are measurable. They have a certain time to them. They're specific and all those different things. So you need to know, did you achieve your goal or not? When are you going to achieve this goal by? You need to state it in really positive terms, saying that you have achieved this. This will really help the goal feel more real. So consider that whether you're setting huge goals, big goals, small goals, medium-sized goals, whatever it is. And also the other thing to consider before you find out the difference between big and small goals and why big goals are better is to set daily intentions. You need to understand that you need to have a plan. What do you intend to do that's going to bring you closer to your goal? So consider those two things about goal setting. They're really important because if you're not actually taking action, chances are your goal's never going to happen. It's not just going to fall out of the sky and be ready and achieved. Now, there's two main differences between small goals and big goals and why big goals are better. The first thing is that small goals, a lot of times when you set a small goal, let's say you have a goal just to make an extra $1,000 a month or something like this. It's small. So you're going to think, okay, how can I make $1,000 a month? Chances are most of the things that you come up with, the actions that you're going to take, are going to involve you working harder. Because the goal is small, you can usually justify the goal by saying, okay, if I just work a little harder this month, or if I do a little overtime, or I put in some extra hours before work, after work, whatever it is to make more money, then it's going to happen. You're essentially putting in more hours. You're trading your time. You're working hard for money. Now, if you have really big goals, maybe big is different for different people. So maybe if I said, how do you make an extra $10,000 a month? That's not big for some people. $100,000 a month, $1 million a month. So let's say that you actually had to make an extra $1 million per month than you make right now. That's probably a big goal. That's probably a big jump. Do you think that you could just work hard and all of a sudden you're going to make an extra $1 million? No. You're going to have to think in a whole new way. You're going to have to put effort in your mind. You're going to have to spend every day thinking about, okay, I have this goal. Why have I achieved goals in the past? You're going to unlock different things in your mind. This is why big goals are better. Small goals, you may be doing the same things, just working hard, putting in more outputs over and over and over again until you get your small goal. Big goals, you're going to have to do new outputs. Maybe you have to acquire new skills. You're going to have to use resources that you've never considered before. Maybe you're going to have to expand your network. And you're going to have to totally change your thinking. One of the biggest problems people have is they have a lack of consideration. Meaning they're not achieving what they want because they haven't considered things that they haven't considered before. So if you set a goal so big, an extra $1 million per month, $10 million per month, you're going to definitely have to consider some things that you've never considered before. So that's the first main difference. What would you rather do? Hard work? That's great. You achieve that goal. However, you're going to have to keep working hard. You're not necessarily growing your skills, your resources, your network, and your thinking all at once. So that's the main difference to consider so far. And the second difference is with small goals, since you're kind of just plugging along, you're going to keep chugging along, doing the same things over and over. The big difference here is big goals, as you're thinking differently, as you're expanding your mind, you're unlocking different levels of success. how do you think you're going to achieve that success? Chances are you're probably going to have to resolve a lot of things that are in the way. So we usually go, when I'm coaching with people, I usually think, okay, the bigger the goal, the more they unlock their mind. And the bigger the goal, the more things that they have to resolve. And it's going to make people feel a bit uncomfortable. It's going to push them somewhere they haven't gone before, because you can continue doing things the way you've always done them. However, you're probably not going to achieve goals doing the same thing. So in order to do new things, there's going to be new beliefs that come up that maybe you thought you resolved and you didn't. There's going to be new things that you consider, and there's going to be new challenges and obstacles there that you'll have to resolve. Maybe there's going to be new fears. You'll feel different emotions that you haven't felt before, and you'll have to resolve those. So there's going to be many things that come up that you'll have to resolve. Maybe this gives you internal conflict. Maybe you'll have to now juggle your time more effectively between your relationships, your business, your family, your children, your colleagues, your employees, whatever it is. Or maybe you have inner conflict that you need to resolve. There's something going on that's holding you back from feeling completely integrated with this goal. So you're going to notice that there's lots of things to resolve when you set goals that are so big, because your mind is going to be thinking new pictures, new sounds, new feelings, new smells, new tastes. You're going to have a totally different self-talk when you start to think big and bigger. So these are the two main differences between small goals and big goals. So now it's up to you to decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to keep achieving small goals and keep doing the same thing and feeling the same things? Or do you want to really grow, go into the hyper growth zone? Do you want to resolve things that you never considered resolving before? And let me tell you, when I first got into personal development, I did a training. And that training, I started to think, wow, I want some things that I've never considered before. And in order to start considering those things, I had to get rid of anger, sadness, fear, hurt, guilt, anxiety. I had to make sure I was congruent on the inside, that I didn't have inner conflicts that were holding me back from my goals. I needed to start making better decisions, and I needed to start making more efficient decisions. I couldn't waste time on certain things. I couldn't waste time thinking about my problems. And the more I started to resolve things, then it allowed me to focus on all the good stuff inside of me and around me. I started to notice such wonderful things just because I set really any goals at all. So even if you're afraid to set big goals, set a goal so big. Think about that right now. Set a goal so big that if you achieve that goal, it's going to be the best thing that ever happened to you. And then you can work backwards and you can think, what are the steps that I need to take? How much money, how much time, how much energy am I going to need to put into this goal? What's something I can do every single day for this goal? And how can I make this achieving this goal easy and effortless, so it feels automatic and natural? And then you'll start to think differently about big goals. So think about those two reasons, and if those were helpful for you, definitely share this with someone else that will benefit from it. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately, leaving comments. It really helps me keep making content every single day. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.